1,000 miles of outdoor running and biking, and 1,000 days of push-ups. And some may think, what's so great about it? It's about doing 1,000 miles in one calendar year, living in a country like the US in the Northeast, where you have just about 8 odd months for your outdoor activities. And now imagine doing this for 3 consecutive years and 1,000 consecutive days of push ups. How I was able to do all these? It all started back in early 2020 when I was fortunate to be picked up for a training program organized by the Tiny Magic team, where we were taught to master picking any tiny habit of our choice. I picked push ups and started with 20 per day. The idea was to experiment this ideology in our personal space and then expand this into our work lives. Initially, the extrinsic factors like the daily sessions, the support, and the guidance of the mentors did help us to complete these activities every day. But over a period, it became a habit driven intrinsically from within, getting into my routine and getting into my subconscious part of the mind. Today is my 1093rd consecutive day doing 50 push ups daily. Along the way, I was able to add more activities like jump roping, running, which became my daily routine, weekly biking, and I started to use apps like Strava to journal and to keep track of my milestones. During this journey, I was able to experience a few other interesting patterns. Not just I experienced that my subconscious mind is getting hacked and wired to remind me every day. And in my family, my wife had started to remind me then and then. And in the social circles, my friends who used to be making fun of my habits, once they saw me doing this in a routine, they started to become my reminder buddies. And another experience involving music. My family has a musical background where both my sons and I are part of a small band playing an instrument each. Usually, when I pick up a song to practice and rehearse, it takes days to master. And during my running and biking, what I did is I put into a loop to listen to these songs. And maybe after 30 days or so, when I sat to rehearse, to my surprise, it just took less than an hour to master it. And a very interesting pattern that I have experienced. Now, if one can make an effort to pick any tiny habit of one's choice, find the right trigger to practice it and journal it, and make it part of one's routine, and one will experience that it actually hacks the subconscious part of the mind and makes one to master it in whichever environment it is applied, you are applying it. That's my story about the tiny habits and how we can hack your subconscious part of the mind. Thank you for this great opportunity.